want the lips you've never kissed.
This book was $29.95, so that meant I didn't have to think hard about the change. But in fact, it's a book I've wanted for some time. I nearly bought, it's behind me somewhere, I nearly bought the corrected edition of Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, because the first copy of that novel has been discovered to, because it was so thick, it's been discovered to have some ludicrous figure, 21,000 typos in it, or some completely ludicrous figure. And so now the book's become classic. They did a thing where they actually went back in to get it right. So I've long wanted to get that, and I haven't got it, but that was like 25. And then another book that I didn't get was this Men and Style by David Coggins. And the reason I draw your attention to this is because not only am I in the book, but there's a very nice photo of me there. That is actually me. Did you get that? That's actually me. And I say interesting things about, interesting perhaps to someone, about the aftershaves that I wear and why I wear them and what I had to wear at school. And that's kind of what the book's all about, by David Coggins. So that's a thing I just saw. But what I got is, I suppose this must be an American edition of this, but even this says Faber UK, so I don't know what it is. But it makes other rock writing seem lifeless. Q magazine, if that's some kind of recommendation. And Bobby Gillespie of Primal Screen says, the best writer on rock and roll in the world today, no contest. Anyway, what it is Julian Cope's Copendium, an expedition into the rock and roll underworld, and it's a big fat book of a lot of his reviews of this and that, and I think that will be a very, very interesting thing to have on my plane trip tomorrow, and then in my bathroom for the rest of time. I think that is probably the ultimate bathroom book. I am a fan of his. I have his book on kraut rock. I have his book on Japanese rock, Jap Rock Sample, I think that's called. I have two of his books on monoliths, and one's called something antiquarian, about his travels around Stonehenge and places like that in England. It's a gazetteer with maps. I think he's a pretty considerable character. He just has a couple of problems. One is that he won't come to America because he sees it as the country of Satan. So, and the other is that he's probably a bit of a loony. But I saw him play solo in London last February when I went over for the last cabinet, and it was a very excellent show, and I'm a big fan, so I can't believe that if someone's giving me $30 and this book is here, that seemed the obvious book to buy, because it is $30, it's big, and it's one volume, and the first thing I open is on Psychic TV, and then the next thing is Black Sabbath, and the next one's on Alrune Rod, Sonnet Records 1970. So I'm very excited to have that.